ba, ba, ba. Hi everyone, welcome to whatever this is. As some of you have probably figured out by now, nothing is the same and the world is pretty much that movie 28 Days Later, which, if you haven't seen it, is probably the best and worst thing for you to watch right now. The spread of the novel coronavirus, or COVID-19, has turned spring break into spring break from everything you thought the next 3 months were going to be like. We're on spring break right now, but instead of the Spanish Steps, it's your front porch. And instead of the waves of Cabo, it's you just moving back and forth in your bathtub. Earlier this week, all classes were moved online for the spring semester. Students were also advised not to come back to campus if they are leaving, but if students are staying on campus, they can only stay in one dorm and they can't bring guests in to their dorm either, which gives you another good excuse not to go visit New North. This isn't working. Okay. So for the foreseeable future, all buildings on USC's campus are pretty much closed. That includes gyms, academic facilities, and most of the dining halls. In fact, the only dining hall that's open right now for students to use is EVK. And even if you go there, it can only be takeout. And while you stand in line, you have to stand 6 feet apart from anybody else that's there. Although 6 feet is probably how far you should have been standing from EVK's food anyway. And look, there are so many things that we could talk about regarding this whole situation with coronavirus. Like, how are you supposed to Zoom an improv class? How are you supposed to Zoom commencement? Or how are you supposed to Zoom literally anything? I can't focus when your background is switching in between the B movie and pictures of John Malkovich, Kevin. But perhaps what's most important, and the message that we really want to get out right now, is that there's so much we don't know. USC recently announced that a student has tested positive for the coronavirus. The student was studying abroad and they had no contact with USC's campus. But then a few days later, USC also announced that there was a caregiver at the Keck Medical Center and there was a patient at one of USC's hospitals in Glendale that have also tested positive. But it's so incredibly likely that this isn't everybody in the USC community who may have this virus. In fact, a new study showed that for every confirmed case of coronavirus, there are 5 to 10 people who have undetected infections from COVID-19. And it's these undetected infections that are usually responsible for 80% of new cases. So there could be, that was cool, I'm gonna do that again, that was nice. So there could be people out there who are just walking around with this disease, but they might not even know it. At this point, coronavirus is pretty much like that time U2 uploaded their album to everybody's iTunes in 2014. We don't know how it got there, it just happened. Which means that, more than anything else, we can't take this virus at its face value. We have to understand that there are risks that we may not know about. And for the most part, USC is in the same boat as us right now. We're trying to figure out what's going on, just like the administration. So news and updates have been coming out about this stuff every single day, and it's forced us to make some pretty quick decisions. It's also why students have been making petition after petition online, encouraging their universities to make smart decisions, such as pushing commencement instead of making it an online commencement, or providing alternative grading options for students who are in performing arts classes. It's also why we have been through a meme renaissance over the past week, and do not let that stop. The meme content is perfect. But the decision of what to do for the rest of our semester won't be made overnight. It's good to keep suggesting new ideas, but it's even better to abide by the solutions that we absolutely know are going to help all of us right now. And those solutions include staying inside, not freaking out and buying every single loaf of bread that you see in the grocery store, and washing your hands. Please wash your hands. And if my roommate asks, I kept that much white bread and mayonnaise in the fridge in stock before this whole thing happened, okay? The people at Trader Joe's knew me for that. I had nicknames and it's appropriate. Right now, make the smart decision and stay home. If there's anything that defines our generation, it's staying home instead of going out and socializing with people. It's literally the Olympic sport of Gen Z. We're so good at being introverted. Why don't we just do what we're best at for the next few months? So you might be asking yourself, what's going to happen to night class? That's a good question. We got smart viewers on this show. Over the next few weeks, we'll be making calls out to social media to ask students what issues they are dealing with and what assistance they might need, as we all try to figure out how we can rally behind a common cause and solve some of the... That is a salty piece of jerky, my God. No matter what college you go to, please let us know what the conditions are like for you so we can all rally around this common cause. Stay healthy and stay safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bum, bum, bum.